He's a junior.
Oh, you're Mason.
Everybody else is a freshman.
Okay,
We got one
so
sophomore.
We got
I just-
sophomore.
Oh
I
yeah.
just want to know my audience. So let me just tell you a little bit myself. My name is Rita Cossio. I'm here on a part of Dakar Media. I actually work for the military. I work for the United States Army. I'm also in the United States Army. I've been in 40 years. I know I don't look it, but I think it is due to the fact that the Army makes me do a PT test every 6 months. I have to run 2 miles, I have to do push-ups, sit-ups. So I think it keeps me in shape. But I also work for the military. I'm called a military technician. My job title is Equal Opportunity Compliance Specialist. And the reason I want to share that is because I think sometimes when we're young and we decide, think about what we want to be, we don't look at the job titles out there that we're like, what is that? So an Equal Opportunity Compliance Specialist, what it does is I'm a subject matter expert. I work for a 2-star general. I also, on the military star, work for a 1-star general. And what I do is I help them with their Equal Opportunity program. I ensure that soldiers and civilians are not treated with disrespect, that they're not discriminated against based on their race, their color, their religion, their national origin, or their gender. And we do have that. I believe that nowadays with social media and the way media has gone, we have a lot of closet racists. In other words, people have learned now how to be racially and discriminate in other categories without you knowing. It's kind of like somebody punching you in the stomach and it won't show the bruise, right? So what I do, and there's many of, like me, I'm one of many, what we do is make sure that we're the voice for those people, or that those people can come to us and we can help them be where they need to be and ensure that they're not discriminated against. Now, why would I tell you that? Because after high school, you're going to have to pick a career. Not that you would pick mine, but I will tell you, this career starts at $136,000 a year. Okay? And it's in every Department of Defense and public, the Army Corps of Engineers, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, all that. What kind of a degree do you have to have? Probably psychology, sociology, personnel, and then some, definitely some classes in knowing the laws of what equal opportunity is. On the other hand, the military has a lot of opportunities. He spoke about education and free education. In the Air Force, your first 2 years, you will get your AA. It's a requirement. Okay? And that's all paid for by the Air Force. If you, yes. Your associates? Right. Your associates? It's your 2-year degree when you go to college. Oh, my counterpart here, good. She walked in just in time. So some of the jobs that we have, before I go further, this is Specialist Dabke. She actually works with me. She's our public affairs specialist. What she does is normally go around following the general or other events that we have and take pictures, and then she writes articles and posts it. I'm glad she came because this is one of those jobs that you could do if you, I know if I asked you all to put out your phone, there would probably be so many pictures on there, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So some of you may like that. Some of you may enjoy that. The Army offers that. So Specialist Dabke is actually here to take pictures of me so that she could write an article, because what we're trying to do in the military is to bring on in that community and show what we do and how we can help and work together. So going back, so as you look at what you want to do after high school, think about the military, think about serving, thinking about giving back. We just recently had Martin Luther King, and Martin Luther King was a man that talked about service to others. He didn't just fight for civil rights, he talked about giving back. And so as you go on, think about giving back. What are you going to do when you graduate? Some of you are freshmen. Doesn't mean that you can't start now. Start building those portfolios, that network. get to know the people in your lives. Like he said, the people that love you and appreciate you. But there's people out there that really, really want you to do good. They believe in you. They want you to have the best you can in life. What I do, I retire this year. And I will retire with 2 paychecks because of the career choices I've made. I joined the Army at 18. I've been to Iraq, did 16 months in Iraq at the age of 54. I felt I was the oldest Hispanic woman in all of Iraq. Probably was, but I did 16 months. And so the career choices I've made, I will retire this year at the age of 60, and I will have 2 paychecks that probably total about $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Pretty nice, right? But those choices didn't come with hard work. Those choices didn't come with a lot of people helping me where I am now. So I know that you're probably going to hear this. Many of you, this is your first career day. You're going to have other speakers come. You're going to have other people that are going to take their time from their schedule to be here, to talk to you because they believe in you. They believe in what your school is trying to do for you and the opportunities they're trying to give you. But they can only give you to eat. Who puts it in your mouth? You do. You do. You feed yourself. We can give you the food, but you feed yourself. So the school's doing that for you. It's up to you to do that. Now, I see a lot of women in this room. I will tell you, when I joined the military, it was very few women. I was probably the last of the Women Army Corps back in the day. We have a lot of opportunities now, a lot of equal opportunities for both men and women in the military. So look at your opportunities. Think about what you want to do. Don't think, oh, I'm just going to go to college and then I'm going to travel. You know, think about how you want to give back to society. How do you want to make that connection and be a person that can come back to this school like Dr. Rogers did and say, I sat in your chair and here I am now. Okay? Thank you. Any questions?
So how could I join without having to go fight, actually fight and protect?
Well, I'll just tell you a really quick story because I can't fire very well. Okay, I'm a marksman. I mean, I try to be but I just don't. I can't hit that 300 meter very well. War is a part of life, and when you face your fears, that's all they are, is fears. If you join the military, it's to protect this nation. It's to protect the rights that you have every day to come to school. If you look at the news and you see other countries, they don't have the opportunities to sit in a school like this with their phones and their backpacks. They don't have these opportunities, so you're not going to be able to join the military and not go to war. As long as we have terrorists, as long as we have people that don't believe in the rights of others, we will always have conflict.
Okay. Then my next question.
And especially if Dr. you would like to answer it.
I was going to caveat off of that. Until I joined, I had no idea about all the jobs that there were. My mom freaked out. She was like, oh my gosh, you're going to go off to war, all these different things. But in actuality, every job that there is on the civilian side, pretty much there's in the military. And there's a need for every single one of those jobs. I didn't know there was photographers in the military until I joined. I wanted to come in as a medic, but because of different reasons, I didn't get that position. But there's so many jobs out there that, yeah, if it comes down to it and you're in that situation, you're going to be in that situation. But if you come in to be, human resources, you come in to do a veterinarian, you could be a pilot, you could do tons of different things. It doesn't necessarily you're going to be forced to the front line right away. I mean, you might get stuck in a position where you will have to fight back, yes. But, I mean, if your job's a vet, you're going to be sitting there taking care of the animals and in your position to do that, while other people that have combat armed positions are going to be at those jobs. So, I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of jobs that you would have no idea. There's x-ray technicians, dental hygienists, every single thing you guys see out on the civilian side, there's going to be in the military. So don't think it's just oh, I'm forced to go out to do this, but you actually have a choice. And the higher your grades are and the more education you have, the better score you get. That's called the ASVAB. It's just like you taking your SATs or whatever you have to exit high school with now. The higher you score on that, the more options you have for jobs. You could be a truck driver, or you could be like someone being a pilot, but the higher your score is, that's going to be allowing you to have more opportunity in the military. So having an education now is huge for when you do decide to join, because having that, yeah, everyone's like, well, I could just join if I graduate. Yeah, but you might be stuck doing some kind of job you really don't enjoy so much because you don't have the options available because you didn't score high enough. But if you educate yourself now and do better, like, your job opportunities are like endless in the military. There's tons of jobs out there. So it's not just stuck being on the front line. Like Ms. Cossio said, she doesn't do so well with shooting. If that might not be your prime, but I mean, you could be anything else you want to be in the military. There's tons of jobs. But the higher education is now, the better you'll do on the testing, and the more opportunity you have available. So,
And there is one job that they do not carry weapons, and that's a chaplain. Our chaplains do not carry weapons. So if you wanted to be in the military, and our chaplains do not carry weapons.
And what is that job?
A chaplain, we offer religious services to all our soldiers. And so we have chaplains in every organization of different faiths. We have Protestants, Muslims, we have all type of chaplains. And they're assigned to different organizations and provide religious services. So they're the only ones in the military that probably do not carry a weapon.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes?
have you ever killed somebody?
No.
No?
Yeah.
So like in the army, if you like really want to like join to fight and help people, do you have to like go through some physical training or something?
There's a physical test that you have to pass. As Special Deputy, I know I have a lot of time because of my age. What are your requirements for physical training?
I mean, everybody goes through the same basic combat training. It does not matter whether you're a dentist, whether you're a chaplain, infantrymen. If you are going to be infantry, you will get a farther schooling in just infantry type of stuff like combat and such. But everybody else goes through the same basic training. So you're tested on 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups, and a 2-mile run.
And the 2-mile run is what, 16 minutes?
It depends on
For your age.
For my age, for me to max, I have to get a 15:36
2 miles and 15.
to get the highest points I can. So,
And push-ups?
Push-ups, my max is 48
In 2 minutes.
in 2 minutes.
And the sit-ups?
Sit-ups, my max is 82.
82 in 2 minutes. So everything's in a 2-minute increment,
But
and
there's-
it's really measured to measure your endurance, because there will be other physical requirements that you'll have in the military, carrying 80 pounds on your back, that you'll have to make sure that that heart can beat, those legs can sustain you to get where you want.